Good morning, guys. Good morning. All right, so we're live now, guys. This is an organization meeting for the House Economic Matters Committee. Thank everyone for tuning in. I know it's difficult to continue to do this stuff virtually, but I think for the safety of everyone, we're going to stretch this out and be doing our hearings virtually, as you guys are all well aware. Before we get started, I'd like to recognize our newest member, Mr. Andrea Harrison, Prince George's County. Say hi, Andrea.
Good morning. I was trying to unmute. Good morning, everyone, and I look forward to working with you this year on this committee.
Definitely look forward to having you work with us. It's really an honor. I've known Andrea since I was a prosecutor and she was on the county council. She's always been one hell of a fighter, and we look forward to that fighting spirit here on committee. Also like to welcome the new Vice Chair of Economic Matters, Mr. Brian Crosby. He's dressed to the nines as always. Thank you for attending. And we also have Erica, who is our newest staffer. She's our committee counsel. As many of you know, Laura was left with Derek, our treasurer. So he is she was here. Honestly, she was here before Sally. So apparently Laura was her. What was she, your intern? Is that correct, Erica?
Yes, Laura interned here when I was staffing.
So all the same subcommittee that she's dealing with now, she dealt with 9 or 10 years ago. So she is infinitely knowledgeable on what we're doing, what we're going to be covering. And I'm very happy to have her on my team. We also have Yvonne Harper. I saw her, there she is. Well, she's logged on somehow. And she's our honor student. What is it? An honor student? What's it called? Fellow. There we go. Still learning what fellow means and does, but hopefully fellow means being here a lot so we can get this work done.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
I'm looking forward to working with all of you. I hope that everybody receive a packet. I know Denise sent out a packet with all the contacts, the changes, numbers to call. Does everyone have that? If you do, please look at. If you don't, please look in your email. But it basically lays out everyone's contact information, their position. And also we've had some subcommittee chair changes. In addition to our subcommittee chairs, we've obviously had to move some people around. So please take note of your subcommittees that you're on. I'll be working closely with all of our subcommittee chairs, and we'll get that organized as far as when you guys will be meeting as well. Wanted to go on to, before we go any further, I have to do something very specific. We have, because of the way the House is now set up, and we're not going to be going in live until the middle of February, honestly, for the start of voting out bills. We have to vote on a change to the rules for our committee. Normally, we have to we have to send bills voted out of our committee within 3 days. What I'm going to be doing is proposing that we vote to allow our committee, any of our committee votes to be reported long after the 3 days. Like I said, as of now, you have to report within 3 days to the House floor. We'd be asking that we take a vote to extend this with no specific date longer than 3 days. Do I have a second, Mr. Crosby?
Second.
Okay, so at this point, Bob, do we need to take a vote? Do we need to check the boxes and do it individually?
Well, it's if it's a simple majority, which it would be, you can simply have everyone raise their hand if they're in favor. How about that? Okay,
we'll just do that. You physically raise your hand. All in favor of changing it to after more than 3 days, raise your hand.
Okay, so, I'm getting Brooks, Turner, Fennell, Implaria, Charcudian, Crosby, Watson. This is all that I'm seeing on the screen. Rogers, Carey, Branch, Queen, and let me see if I can, Harrison, and That's what I've seen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have a quorum of it, and Fisher is also up. Okay. Okay. And Chi, Walker, and Jackson, and Adams. Okay, you have a great majority of the committee who have supported you in that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. All right, well, that vote passes. Thank you guys very much. Now, I just briefly need to go over a few rules, guys. These are rules that Derek had in place. I don't know if you read them or not, but I never knew we had them. He just kind of intimated, but just a few brief rules. First, on attendance. If you guys are not going to be able to attend our hearings, and I know they're virtual, please let Denise know. Just call in because we're trying to have as many members present as possible on any given day. And you guys all know this, that even if they're not traveling down here, this is very important, especially to those testifying, our advocates and our citizens, and to see if all of your smiling faces is very important. Additionally, while you're listening, I'd ask that you guys keep your cameras on when you can, because not having your camera on is almost like not being there to the average person watching. So it's important that we know we're there not only in spirit, but also visually that they can see us. Ask you all to be prompt when you can. Let us know again if you're going to be late. Never forget that when your camera's on, they can see you. So whatever you're doing, they're going to be able to see that too. So if it's eating, things of that nature, and I know people have to take bathroom breaks, things of that nature, you can turn your camera off, grab a bite to eat, things of that nature. That's fine. Just know that you're always being watched and we're always being recorded. Okay, they're all the committee hearings, briefings, subcommittee meetings, and voting sessions are all being not only done by Zoom virtually, but they're also being put out on YouTube and archived. So just know that you will always be on camera and you're being memorialized for time eternal. And if you want to participate in a hearing, a voting session, your camera needs to be on. You guys know how it goes. You'll be recognized by the chair. You put your hand up like Lily has hers up. So I'm assuming she has a question. You put your hand up, and I'll get to hopefully in the order that you raised your hand. Lily, do you have a question? No? Okay. All right. And again, the way it kind of goes is once you've asked a question, we kind of go around round robin until at least the members have had a chance before you get another question. You get a chance to ask another question. We're not going to limit the questions, but I just ask you guys to be respectful, for the time that we have. The witnesses, that's going to be handled by Kayla. The voting session, I think everybody knows, but Andrea, the way we do it in economic matters, you can pass if you want to, but you don't get a chance to vote later. I know certain committees you can pass to see how the vote goes, not this committee. You guys, a card laid is a card played. We expect everybody to vote. If you're in your seat, we expect you to vote. If your camera's on, we expect you to vote. I understand there are times you might want to pass or even abstain. Please let me know. And for a voting session, we're going to try and coordinate those. It's convenient with everyone. We'll try and keep them consistent. But if you can't be here for a voting session, please let me know so you can be marked excused. Otherwise, you will be marked absent, and I don't think that looks good for anyone. We're trying to give a 48-hour notice for voting sessions. So usually try and do them on Mondays. Hopefully, we'll continue to do that. You need a quorum of 13 people for any of our hearings and our voting. You guys kind of know again how the voting goes. We're still working through subcommittees as well. Not all bills will go to subcommittee. We guys kind of know that. If there's a bill that needs to be worked, we'll put it through subcommittee. If they're bill, if we have some issues on a bill, some things can be just done on the committee floor. Now, amendments this year. This is very important, guys. You guys can do oral amendments if it's a simple change. However, amendments usually need to be done drafted. And when you guys draft these, I need you to don't go to our council. You need to go to amendment drafting. Same with any bills you have. I ask you guys, please, if you have any bills, that the committee counsel are not personal counsel for you guys. They're not counsel for your individual pet projects. They're here for the committee. So when it comes to any amendments, any bills you have to use bill drafting, and you have to use the amendment office. Obviously, if there's an issue, our council can reach out to. We'd like to see, please provide our council with any amendments you do have for the bills. Please don't wear them out because they've got a lot of work to do. As I'm assigning them work daily. Lastly, this is I guess is a little bit of a change, but from Derek was doing, for all of my committee members, I expect you guys to be the subject matter experts that I know that you are. So when you have these large omnibus bills, please don't plan on bringing a bill in because somebody gave it to you and dropping it into a subcommittee. If this is a big bill that takes a lot of work, I expect you to be marshaling through that subcommittee in on every subcommittee meeting, as well as defending this bill on the floor. We are all subject matter experts. We know our bills inside and out. We know the subject matters we're putting bills in for. I expect us to. So what I don't expect is for people to bring in these large, crazy, difficult bills, drop them off in somebody's lap, and then wait for the bill to pass for you to sign your name on it. I expect everyone to participate. We're good at what we do. We're very knowledgeable. And I expect you to utilize that knowledge to work and marshal your bill through. Everybody knows the way I've done business. I've tried to be, same person. I don't think I've changed a lot. So just know that my door is always open. I know this is a difficult session because it's virtual, but I look forward when you guys are up here to swing in to visit. I'd like to talk to you guys. When you have bills, issues, please utilize, call Denise so we can get this done. I'm trying to do things on a comfortable level. I know it's difficult. Not having the events, not having the dinners makes this very much a job. I just ask you guys to stick with it. We're going to get right soon. We're going to, back to a healthy environment. But in the meantime, this is why we were elected. I want to make sure that, we all do our damnedest to, keep the citizens happy. As you guys know, this is an election year. And, typically during election year, we do not have a lot of large invasive bills passed through. And everybody knows that House Economic Matters is a very difficult house to get bills out of. I think we will continue that because we're not here to just pass things because it feels good. It's when they're necessary. I just want to ask if anyone has any questions at this time, please pop your hand up. I know I've covered a lot. Hopefully I don't sound as draconic as I feel like I'm sounding, but I just want to make sure we're all comfortable and I just please need you to check your email, guys, for the next schedule of events. Plan on working every day. There will be days that we have off. I don't see us doing anything tomorrow, but that should be an anomaly. We're trying to get some stuff done. We have some briefings that we're going to be pushing through. And again, just look forward to y'all's participation and helping me out. This is my first time. Need as much assistance as I possibly can. So I'm looking forward to work with you guys. I think Bob has a question.
Mr. Chairman, just a couple of minor things. When it comes to voting procedures, as far as I know, Denise and I are going to continue being the ones who are using the iPads to record votes. If you have to take an abstention under the rule, you need to let us know for that particular bill. And there aren't that many instances where you do, but do please let us know for that. I would say also for the amendments, thank you for making sure that the substantive amendments go to the amendment office. The one minor thing is if you have bills that have come in, they've been pre-printed as, so you can't add co-sponsors, but you want co-sponsors on a bill. Adding co-sponsors, you can come to us for it, particularly on the pre-filed bills. That's pretty much it that I had to add. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Bob. And I guess I want to announce this just because it's important. So just these are the changes for our subcommittee. So the chair of alcohol is Chris Valderrama. I know she's not here, but congratulations. Chair of banking still Pam Queen. Business reg is now our majority whip Talmadge Branch, and Lily Chi is his vice chair. For property and casualty, we have Ned Carey. That's a change. Ben Brooks is still chair of public utilities. Lori Charkoudian is now the chair of unemployment insurance. Workers' comp is now Courtney Watson. And I think our EUSP work group is Brian Crosby is the chair for the House. Those are the changes that are made. Again, I ask you, please look and see where your subcommittees are. Be attentive to your subcommittees work groups or your times that they meet. And as you guys do know, when we have certain issues that may not go to subcommittee, maybe create an ad hoc work group to get them through. Brian, did you want to say anything since it's your first time being vice chair?
No, I appreciate it. Just I'm here to support whatever you need, Mr. Chair. And then I would like to sit down with all the subcommittee chairs sometime in the next week. So my office will be reaching out just to get your advice and how what kind of input or what type of changes you would all like to see. So thank you
Yep.
so much.
Thank you. And to our partners on the other side of the aisle, you guys know that your voice is just as important as ours. I appreciate the fight that since we've been working together, you guys have provided. I appreciate that, nothing makes the defense more honest than a good offense. And you guys do a wonderful job. So I expect all that. And I'll lastly say there is no real second reader rule when it comes to you guys on our committee. Okay. I know you guys have a job to do. And I know that if you didn't agree with the bill in the committee, I would expect you, the only thing I expect you guys to do is please reach out to us first. I understand you have a job to do. I don't think guys should be held to some unnecessary standard when it comes time to your job, doing your job on the House floor, because I know you do have a job to do. I would just ask that as far as the second reader rule goes, just let us know if you're going to be trying to amend a economic matters bill on second reader, okay? Because I do want you to have your voice. I don't want you to feel stifled. You guys have been amazing at letting me know what you think so far, so I'm sure that'll continue. But I just want you guys to feel free to do what you need to do, just within the confines of letting me know. If we don't have any other questions, I don't want to drag you guys and keep you here long. Please be attentive, pay attention to the emails, and make sure, I think we have everybody's contact numbers, correct, Bob?
I believe so.
I want to make sure, because I will say this, that if we're looking slim on a hearing day, we will be reaching out and calling people, because we want to have this, we want to see all your faces on these hearings for our citizens. Since there are no other questions, guys, I look forward to working with everyone. Again, all the subcommittee chairs, I'll be reaching out to you individually, as well as those who are not subcommittee chairs. I'm going to eventually bring everybody into this office. When you guys are up here, for those of y'all especially that live, a long distance away, times that you're up here, I would like you to, let us know so we can bring you to the office. I can talk face to face and start, talking to you about what the things you're looking forward to doing.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
now I'm just want to be clear, the second reader rule is for the Republicans only,
Very much so.
not Democrats.
Thank you. I didn't specify that. I thought I led up to it, but thank you. To be very specific, the second reader rule is for our Republican counterparts on the other side of the aisle. We know that they have jobs to do. Democrats, their job is obviously to support their committee. Obviously, we'll be hearing about all those changes and issues prior to this leaving our committee. But if that is, thank you, Majority Whip. That's for the Republicans. Courtney, I see you have a question.
Yes, when do we expect our first public hearing?
We are still coordinating that now. Bob, what is it looking like?
The first
The
bill
20th.
hearings are on Thursday, the 20th of January. We're going to try to put together some, and generally speaking, bill hearings will start at 1 p.m. as they have historically. We are trying to put together some briefings, some of which may come about sooner. Those will typically be at 10:30 or 11 in the morning. So if we have briefings, those are in the morning. If we have bill hearings, those are in the afternoon. We didn't have all that many pre-filed bills to schedule, so I'm starting off my usual insurance stuff, and then we'll go from there. We do have a fiscal briefing on the morning of January 26th, and we're working on scheduling a few other briefings as well for the committees, updating on issues of interest in past sessions.
Any other questions?
Yep.
I think Veronica has a question, and then I'll get to you, Rick.
Okay.
Just want to make sure we meet. Our meetings is at 1 o'clock every day. Make me understand again, because it's been a while.
You will be until we start setting our hearings. It will. If we have hearings, it will be at 1. Our briefings, I believe, will be at 11. Bob, is that correct?
10:30 or 11, yes.
Right, and you'll be notified via email. If you have any questions, just call the office, okay? Because we're not going to have anything to do tomorrow, nor will we have anything to do on Monday. So,
Okay.
but once we get started, it'll be every day, definitely Monday or Tuesday through Thursday, and sometimes Fridays. We'll probably use Mondays and reserve those for voting. Rick?
Yeah, first off, we have no problem if any of your people want to support us on a second reading. So please don't. We support you 100%. My other question, not with the committee, who will be the new Veterans Caucus leader? Will you still be doing that? I hope.
I think that's going to go to Young, Pat Young.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm not going to keep all the positions. So no, Pat Young will be the new Veterans Caucus. I'll still be involved, as will Brian, but we have other duties. So it'll be Pat Young, and I think Mike Rogers is going to jump in there as well.
yeah, well, thank you for all you've done for the veterans all this time.
Thank you very much, sir. Courtney, you had another question?
Yes, on the notification to members, this question for staff, are you sending notifications? I know you're sending it to our delegate email, but are you also sending it to our staff email? Or can you send it to both places?
What I would suggest is make sure that you send to both Kayla and Denise all of the addresses that you want our committee notifications to go to.
Okay, Kayla and Denise.
Some members handle things through one account, others use two accounts.
Got it. Thank you.
Following on from what the chairman was saying, generally speaking, I believe it is Erica will be doing Tuesdays, Tiffany will be doing Wednesdays, I'll be doing Thursdays. Fridays we are reserved for later in session when we have too many bills on our plate and we have large bills that have to be handled at that point. Mondays will be reserved for voting except for Alcohol Day. We're trying to decide whether we want to bring you in for Valentine's Day or more likely the next Monday. Probably Monday.
And Mike, you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. And Bob sort of alluded to it. Do we have the date yet set for Alcohol Day?
As I say, it's probably going to be February 21st. That's President's Day. And that will be a full committee session starting at 1 p.m.
All right.
We will be sending out the usual letter to all members saying, get your alcohol bills in, get your local letters in before, or the bills will die.
All right, thanks, Bob. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right, guys, if there are no more questions, please, like I said, again, I want to reiterate for those that you guys that aren't up here, when you are up here, please let us know ahead of time because I'd like to sit down with each of the members in turn just to discuss the issues with you guys as individuals. So look forward to meeting with you guys one-on-one and look forward to getting this committee up and rolling. Other than that, have a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing everybody's smiling faces next week.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.